So the map that you guys want is an overgrown ruin in the blighted forest.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's under images, uncategorized,
Shit.
overgrown blighted forest.
Did you say? You said blighted forest.
Yeah, the
Um,
overgrown ruin.
Is it
the
overgrown ruin in the
following
blighted forest?
URL has
Yeah.
been requested to be opened. Do you want to allow it?
What?
I clicked the thingy to get the map open, and there's like, hey, do you want to?
Oh, what? Resize your window to the point where you can see all the edges so that you can actually maximize that the right way. That's not what I'm...
No, I know. Because I don't have
Okay.
multiple...
See where you are right now? Hold
Yeah.
on. Pull that down just a little bit so you can actually see the top of the frame there.
One moment. I have to do this a little bit at a time. I can't do it all on one frame.
No. Just drag the window down a teeny tiny bit, like 30 pixels.
How about that?
Nothing seems to have changed so far.
I'm looking at my output.
Yeah, I'm looking at your stream. You have not dragged the window down 30 pixels.
I'm wondering how much I'm lagging because I'm looking at what I did. I pulled it down and zoomed in.
I saw you zoom in. The window did not get pulled down.
Cute.
I mean the literal window. I don't mean the map.
You mean like that?
No, I mean the window containing the map.
Yeah.
Not the image of the map.
No,
just
the whole window.
The map. Not the whole window for Fantasy Grounds. Just the window for the map.
Oh dear.
Right, like you see how on your screen right now, there's like the button to zoom in and all of that. There you go. Okay, stop.
Like that?
Yes. So you see the little arrow pointing upwards, 45 degrees.
Certainly
in the
do.
right-hand corner. So for the 759,451st times, I will tell you that is how you maximize these windows for maps. All you have to do when the window opens too big is just drag it so you can see the corner. And in Fantasy Grounds, you can grab any part of the window. You don't even just have to grab the top.
Let's note that we are not at all sponsored by Fantasy Grounds.
No, if we were, I would probably not mention how terrible the UX is.
Oh, it's not bad for me.
Terrible,
I know what the button is.
Esoteric. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really mean terrible. I mean esoteric. Like, there is no reason for it not to operate like every other application. It just doesn't.
That's whatever.
They want to have their own paradigm.
They could still put a lot more work into it. They're, as far as I'm concerned, they're still kind of just getting their bearings with the whole, it's Unity now sort of thing.
Such a
this UX problem is not a Unity problem.
Oh no, I know.
Their UX has not changed, in fact.
Yeah.
Between the old version and the new version, which means they explicitly implemented things that Unity tries to avoid doing to replicate their UX.
Most likely it's so the people that like the UX maintain it, and they most likely did a check on that when they did their Kickstarter funding to find out, like, oh, hey guys, we're going to be...
I think they're a lot more indie than you're giving them credit for.
I mean, it's like 3 guys.
Yeah. One of them, which was hired by that Kickstarter. But all I was really going to say is the thing about their UX is that it's like when a person makes their game worse to support the lore, right? Like, it's absolutely a thing that you might think that you want to do as a creator because
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
You have this thing, you think it's important to your world, so you're going to deliberately make the play experience worse in order to support this thing. It's never actually a good idea.
So what I'm hearing is Dark Souls.
No, I'm pretty sure
I'm
Souls
not-
does exactly what it's designed to do.
Well, I mean, no. Souls absolutely does suffer the problem I'm talking about.
I know, but I mean, I think that's because it targets a particular set of people that want this particular circumstance.
I think a particular set of people have decided they want that because they enjoyed the experience, not because it was actually good.
That's, oh man.
We do
You're
this
entering
because
into-
it sucks. Yeah, it's
This
like
is-
the mud
this is
run.
ga-
No,
this
it's
is
totally
ethics
like
of
doing the
gaming.
mud run. The mud run fucking sucks, but people do it
Right.
because, like, oh, it sucks. I got through it.
I don't know,
had
we still ship
I actually had
passives.
more. I actually had more like Stockholm syndrome in mind. You know, like if you force
do.
someone to be the bottom all the time, eventually they'll think they're a bottom.
But I mean, if that's what gets you off,
I'm just saying that the Souls community is distinct.
distinct.
Indeed.
He
And they're
says, talking about people zipping up their GIMP masks.
All right. Speaking of which,
All right, let's play.
yeah,
Let's play some
I think
D&D.
we got some stinky feral zombies to smack down here in the next room.
Yeah. So let me pop up the combat tracker because I'm pretty sure we are in mid-turn. We are. It is your turn, Watson.
I don't see Diddle.
Well, you might want to ready an action to cast a holy fire of some sort on the thing once we see it.
There you go. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
Or, if you can
I'm
see
so
it
glad
now,
you still get that joke,
you
Verde.
can use it.
Uh-huh.
You know?
I forgot when I opened the door that I didn't actually reveal the monster. My bad.
No, you good. Shazam!
Oh no! Yeah, that's gonna hit. So why don't you roll some damage?
Okay, he's... Okay, can I tell if he's
Husky
damaged, yes or
zombie.
no?
Husky
Uh,
zombie.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that he's a desiccated corpse, not so much, but he does seem to be intact. So you know,
I know, okay. Why I'm asking is I have two different damage die.
no one has
Based
done any damage to him that you are aware of. So no, the extra damage I would not apply.
That's what I'm wanting to find out, sir, so I know which button to click.
Right.
Shonk!
Oh, nice.
Hello,
Cool.
hello,
Well, at least you
hello.
maxed the damage. Yeah. You know what though?
What about the mad burn I gave him for running into the table and being like, senseless?
Yeah, he didn't seem to care much about that.
He didn't take any
He's
ego
using-
damage.
No, this game doesn't have ego damage. If it did, Twitter would savage all of its players.
Damn.
Well, when the truth hurts, it burns. While you pee.
Yikes.
Well, there's alcohol involved, sir, so anyways.
In the peeing or the hurting?
All of it above.
Well, yes, and there might be a little bit of
Well.
dousing involved.
You
Anyways.
fucked the chicken, didn't you?
No, sir, I'm not that clucking mad. I'm excited for this. Maybe I'll run afoul of things later.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I got a question. Every time I ring the dinner bell, what actually manifests and what does it smell like?
I think you have to ring the dinner bell to find out, right?
Well, no. Yeah. So that's an interesting question, right? Because generally speaking, most of what you cast smells yummy and good. Toll of the Dead, on the other hand, has this sort of like dark.
You burned it.
Theme to it.
Like almost.
So I'm gonna
burnt
guess
caramel?
it probably has like, yeah, like actually probably with like hints of black licorice.
Okay.
Nasty.
I mean, if you're not into that.
I'm not into that.
I mean,
Hey.
whatever it is, it's torturous to me because I can't eat food anymore.
You haven't
You
tested
have
that.
the worst possible partner because all of the spells I cast smell food.
Well,
Like-
I don't need to eat anymore.
That's true.
Can
My
you
taste
smell
buds
anymore?
are that of a dead person.
I just realized I can totally, unless my rabbit hop is only a once per turn. Let me double check.
Can I smell, or do I have disadvantage?
God damn, it's only once per turn.
No, you can smell. It's not once per turn, right? It's once per move.
It's once per turn per move.
it's
Once
even
during
more than
each
an
of your
attack.
turns
Yep,
when you walk
I get
at
it.
each 5 feet. Yeah, so it's once per turn per move. I was thinking, hey, if I can do that every 5 feet and my speed is 30, holy crap.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I
alright,
don't
did
even
you
need
wanna
it to
do
close, so I'm good.
anything else, Wants?
I'll push a button because
Alright.
I can't take extra actions yet.
Yeah, you guys are still news.
Yeah, I'm a failure. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, actually, even though it's a single zombie, this is actually probably a difficult fight for you guys.
This will be a difficult battle.
Unfortunately, we didn't stop in town to do the standard cleanup quest, guys. Like, why didn't we do the basic super thing like we're for the tutorial where we end up being level 2 before we leave town?
Yep. Why didn't we kill 10 rats?
We
I was
got
thinking
this.
maybe 2 boars, 3 spiders, and something else, just some other random thing. Like, I'm sure these people had random chores they needed help with.
We
Maybe
got
a
this.
that's
It's
a
just,
hit.
it's just zombies.
There's more than just zombies on that a list, sir, which makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, Jory. That zombie just savaged the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, rake the claw right across your furry chest there. Leaving behind, bleeding gouges.
I see it. Did you take the damage off of me already, or do I? Okay, yeah, you did.
No, it's all automatic. Yep, exactly. As long as everyone targets stuff and does it right, it'll happen automatically.
I was just like,
with
wait
the
a minute.
exception of with the exception of anything that's homebrew or not supported by the rules. But anything built in just fucking happens. It's one of the things I like about this.
Yeah, that works out. That's great. Yeah, so that just wrecked me.
Yeah, it did.
Don't worry, I got a sweet treat for you.
Yeah, you better, because otherwise I'm going to be dead.
Yeah, I think that's its turn. It moves its mouth in a way that makes you think that it probably tried to say something. But nothing came out. It's not breathing.
Sure enough.
Failure.
All right. I'm gonna
That was a good impression.
probably drop the smoky stick that I'm holding on the ground. Pull my scimitar. Go to here. Gonna swing it. Control click, right?
Yeah, he might be stuck in the door for you. Here, I'll move him over just a
There
little bit.
we
That should
go.
be easier.
Swing it.
Hey, nice. That's a hit.
Slash it. And then this guy here. I'm gonna say you can't play this guy like the the Badger Berry, and he didn't have any armor class. We're not doing that again. This is real life.
I'm only first level and fucking not even the Badger Barian. Like Jory's not as tough as
That's what he's saying, man.
Yeah, I know. I was not like the zombie was on the other side of the damn room. He ran up to me and savaged me. I was not in his face yet.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Alright, so that expends 1 spell slot for me. I'm glad I have that as a bonus action spell, as it is so useful.
Yeah, I super appreciate it.
And now it is your turn to show them how they do it in Didlington.
Didlington?
Didlington.
Perfect. It's control click. Do I thought I already did that.
It doesn't appear that you're targeting it.
Have him targeted. Yeah, you'll see a little.
There you go.
I can't see any change.
It's on the
You don't
combat
see a little
tracker.
5-foot marker.
Oh, I have to open the combat tracker.
You should have that open anyway. It's the combat tracker.
Sure enough, where is it? I always forget.
It's
the
cross swords. The cross swords in the corner.
The swords. I got it. I'm talking to Husky Zombie.
The crosswords.
Swords. God damn it. Now I lost my character sheet. I'll be there. I promise.
You throw him in the deep end of the pool.
No, I had my character sheet open, and then I guess I closed it when I was doing this.
There, I turned on health bars so you guys can actually see each other's health.
Cool.
That's meta.
Upgrade.
Just for your buff, though.
Can we see it like in our HUD?
Yeah, like hovering over your character.
Yeah. If we focus on our friends.
If you double click
Exactly.
your character sheet, it opens up your character. That's nice.
Oh yeah, the tokens. Yeah, totally, man.
Molly.
Did that work? Am I waiting?
No.
No,
Didn't quite work. Are you on the
You wanna
actions
go to
tab?
Actions, dude. Because that's where you take actions.
Psh, whatever.
And then it'll be at the top. Hidden at the top.
Do I grab the die?
Yeah.
You grab the doobly-doo?
That is not a good roll.
Bam, that's
Yeah.
a hit.
Yeah, it's not a good hit.
Still a hit, though.
It's a hit.
You left.
That was moderately better.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, so you've managed to slice and dice bits and pieces of the husk zombie. There's
It's a maul. There's no slicing or dicing.
yeah, it's crunching and smushing.
It's crunching and
there's no juice. It's dry.
Yeah. Two-handed smashing is what it is.
Crunch.
Maybe it would have
Right.
cracked a joke.
Oh,
Like the funny bone.
I feel like I should be able to
Exactly.
ground my chi through my rabbit legs.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know that A, you've mastered that technique if it exists, and that B, contact patches matter to that.
Well,
to
right,
that
but like
technique.
my human feet have tiny little contact patches, but my rabbit feet have contact patches the size of a fat
Right,
lady's
you got
thigh.
smart wheels going on. I get it. Yeah, it's all about contact patches.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, you done, Jory?
I'm done. I can't jump out
Alright,
without getting a attack.
You want to press the little down dragon in the combat train.
Oh yeah. Down dragon is my favorite yoga position.
Wait, I'm not saying you should back out, but couldn't you technically step in a square from a friend and then jump?
No, I think anything I do to disengage.
Well, no.
Gives an
If you
attack of opportunity.
if you move up or down, you haven't left his range, and you're just
Right,
going in a
but-
friend's space, so you could jump from there.
Right.
I think.
The leap, though, would still count as a leap.
Yeah.
or rip.
I think as soon as I
Oh,
break,
oh!
5
I
feet
didn't
from
realize
the
the leap
zombie,
didn't
it's a-
disengage.
yeah, it's an attack of opportunity because it's just a move. It's just a move modifier.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought the leap was an actual disengage sort of thing.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not as cool as like a teleporter Misty Step or something like that.
That'd be
Speaking
neat.
of like jumping, what do I have to roll to like jump in the air and dramatically like two-legged kick this guy, making myself prone, but also like kicking them so hard that it makes them prone too.
Okay. Athletics, I guess. Well, okay, so that's actually like two separate things. So maybe
Athletics and acrobatics, because athletics to be charging at acrobatics for the jump.
I would think athletics for the jump and then attack roll.
Not acrobatics for the jump. Doesn't matter either way.
I think athletics is the one that dictates the jump. Acrobatics can help you with landing.
Manual
did
dice
you just get a request to make a roll?
Yeah, manual dice entry.
All right, make that roll.
Okay. Oh wow. How do I get a
Wait.
0?
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
That didn't work. Roll me an acrobatics check. I don't think that plugin's working the way it's supposed to.
Okay, I'm like, how? I don't understand that.
You
Not
rolled
much
so
better.
bad the die just
Ooh.
walked away.
That die put
Just-
you in the die jail.
Yeah, just missed it, man.
Also, I don't
Maybe
know
I'll
why
give
that's
you
a +2.
maybe I'll give you a shot to recover. Roll
Why is
me
my
an
acrobatics a con score?
Because
Wait,
you
what?
click the con. Keep clicking it
Okay.
till it's back to the right attribute.
I just did. Okay, and athletics.
Okay, so it would have been +5. In which case you would have made it. Okay, in that case now roll me athletics.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. That explains the roll. When I saw a 9 come up, I was like, oh, you'll make that. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do a thing.
Yeah, so before I do this, I basically like huddle back a little bit, not like less than 5 feet, and I'm like, I've always wanted to do this. And I run towards the guy, leap into the air, doing a slight twist to my side with my hip. And instead of just
Right.
doing a normal kick, I instead do the literal like in the movies kung fu.
Street Fighter, the Street Fighter.
Right. I say M Bison. Yeah.
Exactly. I do the M Bison thing.
Yeah. So
If I see him do this, can I grab him and like with two hands guide him, and throw him?
no, unfortunately, that's pretty funny though. Okay, so you make the leap. You're doing pretty good. You make the twist. You got your feet in position. The husk zombie, you realize in midair, like this whole thing takes probably a third of a heartbeat, right? But like to you, it just time stretches. You see the zombie's face, and you realize he's looking right at you. Not only that, his leather mask of a face is twisted into like a smile, like a leer. And he steps to the side, and you go sailing past him.
What?
Okay.
What was the DC check on that?
He made his deck save to an
Yeah.
absurd degree.
Whoops.
Oh,
And you are prone. Yeah, exactly. Which I think I can just add as an effect. Hold on.
Well, you've still got enough movement to get back upright, don't you?
Well, I
attack of opportunity.
No. I don't think so.
Oh yeah, you actually haven't taken your move, so you can spend half a move to stand back up.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Half a movement to stand back up. I look like an
I
idiot.
thought when you stood up from a prone position, there was an attack of opportunity. Or am I thinking of something else?
Might
Yeah,
be
not
an
that I'm
older
aware of.
edition.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to do?
No, we're good.
All right. You want to press a little down dragon in the combat track? Watson.
Alrighty then. Jory, how much HP do you have? Are you full?
Yeah.
What kind of full?
Yeah,
I'm still at
he's
11.
back up.
Okay.
I was gonna say you should see his literal health bar on his token now.
Yeah, I had to zoom in to see it. It's the same color as the background.
Yeah, I guess
Yep.
I didn't see them until you mentioned that you could.
Well, they didn't exist until I mentioned that you could.
Okay.
Ring
Yeah, I'm full
ding
in.
dong, ring a ding 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 dong. Aww.
Oh, zombie's full of himself.
Also, technically, I'm a paladin, so I should be up front. Like, it's not wrong for me to be up front. It's just wrong
Yeah.
for me to be brash.
Oh
Well, yeah, but
well,
you
It's
have-
more about my
uh,
first levelness.
It's also about
Right.
actually wearing armor, which is something you actively refused on the Badger.
Oh yeah, that's because the Badger had reason not to. This paladin does not.
Hey, that would be a really bad spell to cast. Never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn now.
All right.
Oh, look at that specter. What up, Warren?
Okay. Yeah, you
Stop
guys know
calling
he's
me
there.
Warren.
That's why. That's funny. That's why he's practicing the art of his sequel over there. Yeah, no. You guys know he's there, but he hasn't actually seemed to enter the combat or anything, as far as you can tell.
Hey, it's
I mean,
distracted
not like,
with the paperwork.
right. I used to say it's not that specters really make a lot of noise, I guess, but you certainly haven't seen him. So. Okay. Right. Zombies all uppity. So let's see what's gonna happen here. It would help if I had him select. All right, Verde, zombie claws coming at your face.
Ooh,
And apparently they're gonna connect.
that zombie's got an agenda.
All right, that's 6 points of zombie to your face there.
Ow.
Zombie face.
Can we hurt this thing?
No.
Yep. That said, like I said, zombie's feeling pretty good. He's got his like rhythm going. So just when you think it's over, he turns around and smacks you in the face, Jory.
Yeah, he would.
Fuck, he is rolling
Son
well.
of a bitch.
Can I put those dice in some jails, please?
Jesus
Thanks.
fuckballs.
All right. Well, that's only 5 points at least. So it's
Yeah,
only
it's
gonna
only
help.
it's only 45% of your health.
Right. All right. That'll be his turn. Failure.
Okie dokie.
And here, I will fail those dice for you. Ooh, that's a hit. Oh, nice. Yeah, you slash him good, man. You feel bones break under the edge of your blade, and like the leather of his chest sort of like falls apart like a uniform in a Star Trek fight scene, revealing basically like sawdust as innards. Like if there was originally any like viscera in this body, it is long since desiccated to the literal dust now spilling out of the rent.
All right.
Ashes, ashes, dust to dust. We all do. at last.
Let me ask. Who
I'm hurt.
used a hit die earlier? Was that Jory?
No, I got healed.
I didn't.
I
use
think
no
that
hit
was
die.
Miguel.
I didn't use a hit die. I used eight.
Oh,
good
that's right. You ate your good berries. Yeah.
You ate berries.
So I think everybody still has their hit die.
Okay. I'm gonna hold off for right now then.
Right about now is when I should use my hit die, actually.
Let's do that. Hit him.
All right,
Hit him. That ain't gonna hit him. Oh, that's a heal.
yeah, you can't do that in the middle of a fight, dude.
Oh, I thought he was dead. I'm sorry. I totally misunderstood what was going on.
Yeah, let me add that back. Also,
yeah,
if
add
I,
that back.
let me hold on a second. I don't know how to restore your hit die.
It's
I wonder if I could just drag a D12 in there.
Maybe.
Nope,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's too bad. It was worth a shot. All right, well, we know that you could do that again. So in a worst case, we'll just manually handle it.
yeah. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. Jory, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. Swinging like, yeah, y'all.
That's a hit. It's hammer time.
That should finish it off.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. you smash the zombie, to the ground. The hit probably takes it in the skull. Leaving it shattered like porcelain, or wrapped in really old leather. Yeah, it falls unmoving. There is no response from the rest of the tower, such as it is, which means, as far as you can tell, that specter has not engaged.
Is combat tracker still engaged?
No, that ends the fight. Right now, you're not fighting anybody.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I will check the body for, well, the usual bits and pieces.
Okay. Most of what it's wearing is tattered. There are a couple things that you can tell just straight up by looking at it. As smashed as the skull is, you can still see bits and pieces of the skin, including the fact that it has very obviously elvish ears. It's pretty tall and thin, which, goes with a particular type of elf. The clothes that it's wearing are actually really fine. Not like, they might be servants' clothes. There's not enough left to really tell, but if they're servants' clothes, then this was probably like, the major domo of the house or something like that, because what remains is like silk, and there's some embroidery in it. Nothing identifiable other than, like some brocade, but like they were obviously nice clothes at some point.
Why was there anything device-wise on him that might have been contributing why he was in a zombie state or
No.
dual-like state?
No, there was nothing, no pockets for you to rummage or anything like that.
Oh, I was also looking for like runes and such on the body.
Right. No runes or anything like that on the body either. So like this probably wasn't risen via necromancy. That said, if you are going to throw any question about likely candidates out there, there is a, class 1 environmental hazard right on the other side of that door.
That's fair.
Class 1 environmental hazard.
Yeah, so there's like a thick pool of green shit on the ground there. It's
I'm gonna not step in it.
The air in here, it's not too bad. but it has a definite like almost chlorine like chemical burn to it. Not dangerously so, but like the air is astringent, I guess is the best way to put it.
You can definitely tell how they clean.
There's tons of shattered alchemical gear across these tables. The last table in the room on the southeastern side is covered in smashed bottles and vials, some of which have even left, dried stains on the table of various colors. Like it's obvious this was an alchemical lab, and that whether in a fit of pique or something else, it was smashed and destroyed.
Is there
I'm
anything?
gonna-
Sorry.
Yeah, no, we were both doing the same thing. We were going to investigate, see if there's anything left worth acquiring.
Yeah, like anything metal or any stills or something that might, maybe take some sanitation, of course. But
I don't know. I think it's interesting that Watts rolled perception and investigation. I rolled Arcana, and you rolled perception.
Yeah. So there are a couple of things. So, Watts, you sort of peer over the room, doing your best Columbo. And there are a few things that you can piece together. And in fact, they're sort of like almost like an Arkham Asylum game. They're highlighted for you in the UI. One of the smashed pieces of equipment on the big table next to the window was a retort. And your UI happily tells you that retort was the source of the green liquid on the ground, and that that retort was not smashed the way everything else was, but rather exploded from overboiling.
Clearly, this is like an Elder Scrolls game, and you should taste the slime.
Jory, you have this idea in your head that alchemy is magic, and so you're sort of investigating it from what kind of magic going on here standpoint.
Well, also I'm a paladin. If you have a hammer,
Right.
everything's a nail.
And as you do, you get a small UI window with a single line of text in it, and it says, the likelihood of this being a necromancy experiment is 0%. And then in parentheses, it says magic : unknown, close parentheses.
Huh. Okay.
Can I identify things that would possibly be beneficial to me in cooking? Burners, pads, etc.
Yeah, I mean, if you like gathered all of the pieces and tried to do some mending, you could probably reconstruct the retort for sure, actually. And you could probably reconstruct the still that was next to it, which both could be useful. Retorts and stills are very similar pieces of equipment. They just sort of do what they do differently. They're both basically for, gasifying or distilling material from liquids.
Basically, it's putting things into a cloud and getting things out of clouds.
Pretty much, yeah. But you could probably like the retort's all glass, so that's maybe more or less useful depending on what you're making. Actually, for confections, it might be great for double boiling.
Great minds think alike, sir.
But the still, being mostly copper, might also be useful in like converting into a pressure cooker or something like that, potentially.
Could I tell the quality of that still versus the one that I already have?
I mean, it's pretty high quality, but it's also very old and destroyed, so you would have to mend it to really get it back into shape in the first place.
Well, while we're sitting here...
There's no intact anything in this room.
Gotcha. Well, I'll take a minute and repair those because, well, possible additional ways of making the cooking because, well, dang it. I'm going to cook. I need to cook. And I set this guy up to cook.
All right. The still probably weighs about like 6 pounds. The retort weighs about 8, because it's about twice the size. Like you could fit a gallon of material in the retort, whereas you could
Oh, that'll be
probably
good for double boiling.
only fit about half of that in the still.
Right. Both of those will immediately go inside of the
The item box.
yeah. Like that. That's not
That-
even a. More so if it's glass, that carrying device is going to make it so much easier to really do anything. Because glass is so fragile to carry it around.
Right, for sure. YOLO. Between your arcana and your perception, you kind of get a similar, I mentioned that sort of like Arkham Asylum style, like, highlight eagle vision if you're a Assassin's Creed player instead.
I'm looking
sort
at
of like,
everything good to eat.
could you repeat that?
I'm looking for anything like good to eat still.
I'm handing out good berries.
Yeah,
Because-
so the only thing that you could ingest would be that puddle of green shit on the ground there.
Well,
Welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Gonna take your order.
maybe if
I mean,
dipped the good berry in it.
Grim.
you could try that if you were interested.
Roll
Well,
Constitution.
I mean, you were just.
I guess you're not
saying-
dead. I guess you're not living. I guess, like, what are you gonna do? Die?
And I do get resistance, that kind of shit. But
I was wondering if you'd get mind controlled.
but I was also gonna say, you were just saying, this is like Morrowind. Obviously we need to
Taste
ingest a
it?
little bit in order to.
I was
know what
kidding,
it
for
does.
fuck's sake.
That's how you learn, right?
Yeah, when the game is programmed that way, is this game programmed that way?
We don't know how it's programmed, sir. That's part of the fun part of we're learning.
Fun, you say? Fun. I
I
think I
don't know
got
if
hit
it's
by
a
a
bad
truck.
idea.
Yeah, nothing stands out as particularly bad. That said, before you do make that decision, I mentioned, that Eagle Vision / Arkham Asylum Clue Vision sort of display.
Sorry, yeah, you did.
You get a similar sort of display. But what you get is like a series of dotted lines, sort of like leading from various pieces of equipment to the puddle. The implication, as far as you can tell, is that the contents of those devices were mixed together to form what's on the ground there.
Oh my god, it's a mist puzzle.
Ooh, that's fun. But what were these things that were mixed together?
Unfortunately, you lack sufficient insight to know that. Phalian, though, on the other hand, is a very insightful person. So you're looking over there at the table on the north,
Yeah.
and you realize that whatever that apparatus was that was on the table, it was actually a closed loop, and that in fact it looks like there was a sort of like you know how there's like a reflux still will re-distill something multiple times.
Yeah.
Like a
and
stack, yeah.
Yeah, right. You realize that what you're probably looking at is something like that, though it's in a way more like twisty configuration than you would have ever assembled it in. And there's no obvious source of heat to create the action that would have made it work. Like there's no evidence of a burner or anything like that. However, judging from the way that it's broken, you would guess that its contents probably contributed second most to that puddle. One thing that is clear to you, though, if you look at the table, there are imprints and rings as if there is maybe equipment missing from that table.
That would make sense.
And that one's completely non-repairable, right?
Yeah, there's not enough left for mending to do much.
Does a good berry heal?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
does.
How
1
much?
HP per berry.
Okay, so 1 HP.
I'm handing them out because, well, I can.
Yeah, I still have 3 from the ones we made last night.
I'm just saying, if I only ate 1, I gain 1 HP back. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were holding 5 of them, weren't you?
Shit,
Didn't you
was
guys
I?
give 5 to everybody?
Yeah, everybody got 5. I gave 2 to the Dryad. I have 3 that I can hand to YOLO.
Yay!
I did not put those in my inventory.
Shame.
How do I do that? Like, where do I add?
You go to inventory, not equipment.
No, this is inventory. Inventory and equipment in the same tab.
Got it. Okay, and then you hit the little green plus to add an item. Do you see the green plus? Yeah, there you go.
How wounded are you still, YOLO? Is it?
I got 5. It's good. 5 out of 14.
Okay, hold on. And so I will eat 4 of them because I ate the one that Watts gave me. I just ate that without adding it. So I'll eat 4 more, which leaves me with 1 and fixes my wounds completely.
Beautiful.
I think I'm gonna use my other
off we go.
spell slot to cast Goodberry.
I think it every time. I just can't help it.
And I'm gonna give 6 good berries to YOLO. And then who else would not have any at that point?
I have
Jory's down to
one. I have 1, but I'm completely healed.
Okay. Then I'll hold on to the other 4.
Throw them at me if I need them. I'm laying on the ground.
Yeah. Hey, Jory,
Indeed.
you rolled some insight there too, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I was standing here watching them look around. And I was like, well, what can I see about this stuff? And so I rolled my own insight. It turns out I rolled fairly high.
Yeah.
Turns out I have insight as a, what is it? When it's starred, it's a proficiency.
Right. Yeah. So, let's see. What information would your character get?
Well, look where I'm standing. I'm looking at this equipment.
Oh, yeah. Nope. I totally get it. This is perfect. You're looking at the table. You're kind of looking all around. You look at the, the puddle on the ground, and you notice that there are multiple tracks through the rest of the room from the puddle, so that you would gather that zombie was probably moving around through it. But they all go from one station to the other. There aren't any tracks outside of that circuit.
Nice roll, Watts. I get it. So it's like there's a pattern.
Yeah, well, yeah. The zombie was on a path, maybe?
Right,
as a
exactly.
game designer, that might be what you were thinking.
Right, he goes from this node to this node. He does the interact here. He moves to this node. He waits 3 seconds, moves to this node, does the interact there.
Right, exactly. And as you think that, you're like, oh yeah, and I'll bet you there's going to be corresponding scratches on the floor. And you look, and sure enough, you can kind of see where he's sort of worn some of the stone. But
there's the
you
spline.
realize, as you're looking at it, that there's actually scratches outside of this pattern too.
Huh.
Something else was in here that is not in here anymore.
Right, and wasn't on that path.
Right.
Huh, okay. That's interesting to know. I don't know what I would say to the rest of the party about that. I'd be, other than like, hey, it looks like that guy was on a path, I guess, like a Skyrim NPC, where he does this, then moves over here, then does this, then moves over
Oh,
here.
like a automated loop type thing.
Just like it's a game,
Yeah,
right,
typical
guys?
NPC schedule, right?
I think this was a scheduled NPC, but then it looks like there's something that was like, I don't know, maybe a world boss or like a special, I don't know, maybe it was another player like us, something that isn't scheduled also moved through here. I guess that's how I should convey what I just saw.
Or it was part of a different pattern. So he
Yeah, a
could have been
longer
used
form
to,
pattern, a longer pattern, right?
right. This could have been used as well, obviously this is a Bruce setup. So he could have been literally
Oh shit,
enthralled as a brew maintainer.
maybe whatever made the outside of the pattern marks is what smashed everything. Maybe that was
Possible.
what moved through here and broke everything, so that was left was just the zombie doing its pattern.
Yeah, it's forced pattern because that's
Right.
all that it's programmed for.
Well, right, move here, do kitty paws for 3 seconds, then move here.
Right, kitty paws. That's what. Yeah, Watson. You look over at the table full of the broken potion bottles. And it's pretty obvious that most of them are, they were smashed in place and they left in the sort of stained remains of whatever was there and evaporated away. However, the bottle on the north end, while smashed and cracked like the rest, has no stain. And not only that, its cork is sitting on the table next to it. And not in any way that indicates it would have broken out of the bottle. The neck of that potion is intact, implying that the cork had been removed before the bottle was broken.
Ooh. Am I able to kind of tell what the contents of the bottle was? Or the investigation roll, sir?
That might work, yeah.
Gotta admit, I'm a little concerned about Regina down there.
Yeah.
I saw nothing.
Okay. Actually, an 11 will tell you not much, admittedly. But it definitely wasn't a poison. You know that much. So it was definitely, like a potion meant to have some effect other than killing you.
Could I,
It's not a
from the
poison.
sense of smell, could I tell like if it was a berry based or herb based?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's floral. And it has like an earthy tone under that. Ooh. How best to do this? I guess roll insight, but with advantage.
He's a cook. He could roll nature, or I guess medicine.
I'm an insightful
man.
motherfucker.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, well rolled.
I went with insight with advantage instead of like nature or medicine. You're pretty sure that earthy undertone is mushroom based.
I'm gonna eat it.
I was gonna say
He shares that
psychedelic. It's herbs and mushrooms.
I have reckless.
It's a neutralizing agent.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I like for 30 seconds
What
contemplated
is it supposed to
microdosing before getting
neutralize?
on this game tonight.
Oh,
It would
I'm
make it
sorry.
where you wouldn't be affected by the fungus.
This is what I say. What is it supposed to neutralize? Because I have my finger in my mouth after rubbing it on the floor.
he's all
Oh,
glossing his gums with the gel.
Yeah, you tasted it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
It's
at least this. Sorry.
yeah, no, let me go first. It's actually my bad because it was actually your moment in the spotlight, but this was funny to me, so indulge me. Yeah, YOLO, it has a flavor kind of like green lifesavers.
Has a
Not at
flavor.
all what you would have expected.
But like green apples.
Kind of like limey.
Oh yeah, I forgot they do taste.
but like that candy lime, like not real lime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
no.
like you're eating Pine Sol.
Right. Yeah.
I slap my lips and I go, it tastes like lime.
Well, with where you're standing, you're tasting like 3 different concoctions swirled together. Hopefully, nothing happens. Not sure how the
Yeah.
mixture was.
I'm worried
This
about
one
what's
though.
gonna happen to you. I mean, I guess you're already dead, right?
Give me about 45 minutes and I'll tell you what the effects are.
Fair enough. But no, this one. Um, Imagine if it gave you an immunity to the fungus that's outside.
Huh.
Or it's made of the fungus. I mean,
Well-
it has that fungus musk, that musky fung.
I guess we should try to find a recipe if that's the case.
Reverse engineering.
Yeah.
Would I need to do another investigation roll possibly, or I'm not
Do
sure how
any of
the
us any of us
cooking
know
thing.
like anything about
I know-
alchemy just offhand? Like, because
Uh,
I don't. I know religion. I know
I mean,
like
cooking-
insight,
Yes.
but
Cooking
I
is a
don't
form
have
of
like
alchemy.
exactly. That's why I was thinking maybe Watts is the one to
Well, I also
figure this
cook.
shit out because it's not
Yeah.
religious.
What it
I
might
mean-
be, it might be possible. You can't like immediately identify the ingredients just from their smell, though. So like you would probably need, a long rest's worth of time to like sit with it, try to sort out the individual like aromas, maybe even potentially flavors.
It's so gross.
Like it would take you some
Just
time.
nasty.
Really
Just
what
like,
I'm saying.
can you
it's not-
imagine?
it's not a-
We'll post up in here, and he'll be sitting there with a stick, scraping together like, this is slightly less green than this part. Oh, that's mayonnaise. Oh, okay. Oh,
right.
you're not wrong.
I know. It's nasty.
Yeah, you might. I mean, given that there's an actual ghost in the next room, you might want to take that with you. Is really all I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
what are we
that's-
gonna do
that's
about
one-
that ghost? Also,
Also, you were talking
Kinda
about
wanted
the
to talk
northern
about it.
vial being kind of different. What about the other one that you were mentioning? Because I feel like there was another one you were going to talk about.
No, the rest. I mean, there are 4 other potions on the table. Each one is unique. And they're all smashed, and they've all left the sort of like evaporated stains of whatever was in them behind. So, they were not consumed or otherwise dispensed before being broken.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing 2 empty vials on the table. Is why I'm asking.
Oh yeah, you mean the one on the south side over there? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a similar model, but
I'm assuming I didn't get any glass in my feet when I did.
the
what I just did.
stain on the table under it is dark. It doesn't have a particular color. So for all you know, that was like water.
Okay, I'll use it. I'll take both the one on the north and south end. Do I feel like I need to take the one of the actually? Do I feel like I need to take the ones in the middle at all?
I mean, at this point, they're basically shards of glass with a tiny bit of dust on them. Like, there's really not
Gotcha.
much there.
Gotcha.
The specter does not seem to react to you yet.
So-
He's sitting there in front of a table full of like documents, and it seems like he's like shifting through them. Like he's not actually like, and I say he, it's a fucking ghost. It's not like you know what gender it is, right? But like he's not actually touching the paper. They're sort of like lifting on their own. But it's almost like he's going through these notes. Sorry about that, Watson.
No, you're good. On the tables that we've been interacting with, are they thick enough to have like drawers in them?
They do not have drawers in them. They're pretty solid. But like if you look under them, there's just the solid surface of the table. That said, it's a solid, like 4-inch thick hunk of wood. Like they're all very sturdy tables. And there's like an inlaid blotter on each of them on the top. That's this like green, this like rich green upholstered cloth with this floral print on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say felt probably.
I kind of want to cast mend on one of the tables to see what it was back in its prime.
Not be gonna mend the jar, mend the bottle. We're trying to figure out what the red juice left around in those bottles is.
YOLO.
I'm gonna tiptoe in. Yeah, what's up?
Coming to tiptoe. Oh!
Since you weren't the one who looked into this room before, let me describe it for you since you haven't technically seen it.
Okay. Do you want me to roll perception before I do?
Sure.
Neat. Rolling
Okay.
up close, and that's my lucky number.
Yeah, so the room is pretty sparsely decorated. It's dominated, in fact, by the rubble in the center. There are a couple of desks, like calling them tables wouldn't exactly be fair. They're slightly, they're taller than a coffee table, but not dining room table height, and they're definitely flimsier than the tables in the other room. Like not meant to be used in a lab or anything like that at all. They're just like, clerks' desks, basically. But also no drawers or anything like that. The table on the east side is covered in papers. There is a quill and ink set on the north side of the table. That said, the ink inside is basically sand, black dust. There's a magnifying glass on the table as well. The notes as they float, as they're being sorted by the ghost, are very clearly like, hyper science / magic / whatever, like probably esoteric math from what you can tell.
He's been lost in this project since before he died.
The center of the room, don't move any further, please. The center of the room is a large stone, like, I mean, it's a dais, I guess, but it's a circular stone platform of 3 layers. So, there's like a step, basically. Carved into it are these golden channels that sort of flicker and pulse like a bad broken neon light. And where the dais is broken, you can actually see into the like structure of this dais. And it's like, to use a modern sort of perspective, if the dais had been 3D printed, it's obviously been 3D printed with multiple materials, one of which is the stone that is the main, base, and magic, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, it's shot through with these channels of this glowing, flickering stuff.
It's like
this
a
was
composite.
a really complicated composite magic circle, exactly.
Okay.
Also, in that same pile of rubble are the remains of what was very obviously a large, like, chandelier that probably used to light this room. Now this room is lit solely by the flickering magic of the broken circle and whatever light filters in through the windows. Yeah, it looks like it broke by the chandelier falling, as far as you can tell. No idea, why or how. Just, yep, you can pretty clearly see that thing fell, it broke that thing, and then it all split apart,
Probably whatever disturbed the upper tower was enough to disturb the chandelier.
That's a fair cop. The southern desk has a pile of scrolls on it, one of which is open, but, scrolls. No idea what they are yet.
Yeah.
The room is otherwise clean, and there is, in fact, no fungus or any of that in this room at all.
Also super notable. I wanted to with my stealth roll, just to sort of peek over Dude Meister's shoulder like an annoying teacher would or something, try to see which notes he's flicking through, see if I can read over his shoulder, maybe roll an Arcana or something.
Got it. Okay. Well, he doesn't seem to react when you walk up to him. So you do your peek and look. If you want to roll Arcana, we can. I can tell you what you get out of that.
That was almost.
Yep. If it had rolled what you had hoped it rolled, that would have been great. Unfortunately, it did not.
No,
so,
I
you
mean,
don't
I
get-
saw it go from the 20 over to the.
I saw it too. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No. So you're not going to get any like game system help here, unfortunately. That said, you're not dumb. So you can tell, among other things, you're seeing schematics for a very complicated multi-tiered composite magic circle. And a bunch of esoteric math.
Do I really need to roll the insight in order to assume or deduce that it is the magic circle right there? Like, can
You
I
do
like
not
look
need-
back
yeah,
and
you-
forth and
You don't need to roll for that.
Right.
Okay.
You can look at it and be like, "Oh, look, he's reading about that."
Well, perhaps this magic circle has something to do with the fact that there's no corruption in here either, I whispered to myself. And
Yeah,
then,
you should come talk to us about it so we can say things like maybe the reason that he's a specter is that he made the thing work.
Oh yeah, and his restless spirit is all like, I need to cure the land. But I also with
That, or maybe he went, yes, magic circle, and then jumped into the magic circle and left behind his specter.
Ooh.
Actually,
wanna
since
try to
we've
get-
already, sorry,
No, it's okay.
I was thinking just since we've already seen one technical undead wandering around in a constant loop, this could be another one bound at a higher level, trying to do their assigned task for Perpetuum.
That lines up with what I've seen here with the pathways on the floor. That said, we can't have this conversation until you come back and tell us what you saw.
I was going to before I did that, I wanted to make a
Right.
loop this way, all the way around, to see what these scrolls were, maybe gather them up and then come back.
Okay. Well, only one of the scrolls is open. The one that is open, however, seems to be written in, as far as you can tell, English.
Ah, yes. Something legible.
Yeah. There's a couple of pictures of like mushrooms and stuff.
I like pictures.
I like
uh,
mushrooms.
Yep, and you realize as you read the text that it's kind of like a what's the way to put it? Like a do you know what penthouse forums are?
Ha!
So back before there was like the internet, people who had particular shared interests might subscribe to a zine wherein they shared their opinions or stories of things,
Wow.
like
This is
give
so
it as a
sanitary.
paper, You
The
realize
wild
that
wonton woman.
you're looking at that, but for people who were like really fucking into making food with mushrooms.
Oh, nice. Okay, food porn. We like food porn. Anthony Bourdain says.
Oh, so it's like the letters to the editor type thing.
Right. Like there isn't any like, like if this was a cooking magazine, there aren't any articles. It's just the letters to the editor.
So no
80s
recipes, just stories about food.
Right. Well, and mushrooms they've
eating.
heard about and how they might enhance flavors and,
Indeed. Kind of like Arrowwood, but for cooking.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, totally.
So 80s action hero style. I'm gonna gather these all up in my arm, like a bundle. I'm gonna sneakily race over here, and I'm just gonna say, "Here, take this," to Watts. Kind of thrusting them upon him, and then
Awesome. Thank you.
with everybody else, and say, "I think the notes that specter has under his fingers are maybe something to do with that magic circle in there. One of you more magic types maybe should give it a good look, but I think it's keeping out the fungus. I
You
was
don't say.
the papers, and then this was your warning to GTFO. I was gonna maybe like run out through the window or something, like make a dash if it tried to go after me. You see, like, and I point towards the window right there. Just make a straight beeline. That's my go. I'm gonna jump up to the table, collect all the papers, and then jump through the window.
Like, just right
I
in
don't
front of
want to be
us?
down you if we're facing a specter. I'm not
I
even gonna
don't-
lie.
I don't want to face it. That's why I wanted to run away, but I wanted to get the papers too.
It's a specter. You're not outranging that. If it's a specter like it, from what I remember out of D&D, it has more move than all of us. Like,
Oh.
It's a librarian from Ghostbusters, right?
Oh, if I remember correctly, they're really hard to hit, and they're kind of tough, and they hit really hard.
I remember
yeah,
all
like,
of those things.
I think maybe they're not so great in sunlight.
I don't really remember any of that. I just guys, are we actually fighting the ghost we don't have to fight?
I'd rather not.
I'm gonna
What did you
explore a little
have to
bit
say?
more.
Go, ghost?
Also,
I am the
bundles-
Shaggy of this party, I think.
Right. YOLO just handed me a bundle of papers, bundle of mushroom recipe stories? Question mark?
It's food porn.
No, they're not recipes. They're just stories about mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. I just moved 15,
Mushroom fanatic stories then?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
20.
Like,
Okay, I wanted-
if you spend the time to read it, you might learn things about mushrooms you didn't know. You
That's
might also
30.
be exposed to things that you need brain bleach for, you know?
Okay, I can only move 2 more, which really is...
I
Not
don't think
much.
we're in turn order.
No, I know, but still, every one turn I do, like any move cycle I do is 30 plus a d12.
He's trying to do the move thing. I'm gonna come in here.
It has so far been, as far as you can tell, oblivious to your presence.
Could I use mending on the platform to fix it, or is it much like the lantern and complicated magics of I can't?
Right, there's no way.
I think it's also a little too big for low level mending.
Well, I could do a square by square by square. Could I actually use some of this to mend the lantern?
No.
Sad day.
I am keeping my distance. This thing here is that's the smashed chandelier on the floor, right?
As well as the magic circle, yeah.
Okay, can I Arcana roll the magic circle?
I mean, sure. That's not terrible.
Man. Paladin.
Yeah, I mean, Watts is going to get a better hit off.
Yeah,
of that
clearly.
than
Watts
That
is
said,
rolling hot
Julie-
tonight.
Your UI does pop up a window when you try to identify the magic circle, and it says teleportation platform.
All right, cool. I'll just say
Watts,
that out loud.
You take a look at it, and you likewise get a little blue window. However, it's a little bit bigger, and it says transdimensional portal generator.
Whoa. So
Transdimensional?
So I said out loud, I saw the thing, it popped up, and I said, teleportation, whatever you said, teleportation circle, right?
Yeah.
So then, Watts, you heard me say that, and then you got your more complicated readout. What do you say?
I'll read out like transdimensional? What?
Wait,
Like-
you got a different readout?
It's what you said about it. It's a stationary thing, a teleportation pad, but this has a lot more oomph.
I assume you maybe rolled higher, but I wonder what the difference is. Like, to me, it was teleportation just takes you from one place to the other, but this is transdimensional. What the fuck is that?
Okay, you know how like you can link two spots with a
No,
teleportation
man,
spell?
I know what that means. I just mean, what does it mean to us?
Oh, possibly this could be linking between planes.
Is this some Planescape shit? Right, okay, you follow.
Fast thing goes in the portal. Fast thing
Comes out of the portal.
I actually wonder if
I
that's
think
what
it's
melted the
speedy
top
thing,
of the
right?
tower.
Interesting.
Totally
Well, no,
is speedy.
what broke it was this chandelier falling on it, as far as I can
Right,
tell.
but what I'm wondering is when what melted the top of the tower. Remember, this was a tower. Like it wasn't
YOLO,
just
don't touch the ghost.
I'm not gonna touch the ghost. I'm touching the papers. Shh.
Also, is there anything left on this
I
table?
take the papers. With me.
Whoa. Okay. Verde. Do you go for all of them? Some of them? Like, what was your play here?
Scoop up everything I could in one dexterous, beautiful, like.
That was a ridiculous roll.
I was gonna scoop up the papers. That was my goal, but I wanted everything.
Okay. So couple of things. Everybody in the room, when you made your stealth check, watched your character do the classic MMO translucency shit.
With my crouch down and everything, I just go.
Yep.
Right. Like you're a character in WoW popping stealth, you know?
Gross.
You gather all of the papers, which, promptly disappear as soon as they're in your possession because they're stealth now too. And the specter straight up stops what it's doing, looks around the room, focuses on everybody else in the room, and literally says, "Wait, what was I just doing?"
Oh no!
Wait, it says it aloud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were looking at the table, I think.
No, I was, and it puts a hand to its head, and he goes, "No, I was in the other room. What am I?"
Get the fuck out of here, guys!
Oh dear.
And I try to run
You trip on the window.
What were you doing?
What
in the
language
other
is
room?
it speaking?
Common.
Is it speaking common? Okay.
What were you doing in the other room?
He looks at you, Phalian, and he goes, "Well, I mean, wait, who are you?"
Exactly right. I'm like, no.
I have a question for you.
We're guests.
What year is
we
it?
have the key to this place. It was handed to us in confidence. Here, let me show it to you.
I swear,
Yeah,
my
you
friend said we could
produce a
use
gem.
this timeshare.
Yeah, I hold up the gem and show it to him.
Okay. He sort of visibly relaxes when you do that, and he says, "Oh, I guess nobody told me."
Yeah,
God damn it.
This was a spur of the moment sort of thing. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry that. I mean, the staff set you up in quarters. I hope.
No, they said we would be accommodated when we got here. Actually.
He looks at you and he says, "Well, really? That's not normal." Well,
no, they said there was. Yeah, I mean,
There was an event.
Let me summon the servants then, and we'll get you your quarters. I'm really sorry. I'm having trouble. I don't even remember. And as he says that, he starts to walk into the other room. Well, float into the other room. And he gets to the doorway, and he looks into the room, and he says, "What the fuck?"
Yikes!
Yeah, we came
like
and
that when we came to find you. I have a question. I was just trying to remember. What's today's date?
I feel like maybe I should lay hands on, but maybe it's far too late for that.
He doesn't actually answer you. He walks into the room and he like looks around with a like kind of look on his face.
Oh no!
He gets about halfway into the room and he sees the Huss zombie in the doorway and he goes, "Is that
That's
my
me.
fucking body?"
Ah, it is. Yes. Shit.
And he
Shit.
turns back to look at you, Watts, and he goes, "Fucking guess, huh? What the fuck?"
Sir.
Okay.
I've already rolled my acrobatics, tried to break through the window.
Okay.
Look,
Just leaps through the window at first. Out.
Give
Out.
me a question. Real question. What year is it to you?
He stops, like scoffs, and he says, "It's 402, obviously."
What year is
Okay.
it really, though?
What year Jordy? What year did the priest tell us it was?
Do I recall?
Do you?
I didn't write it down.
Isn't it in
No.
the book?
Oh yeah, is it in my book?
The book will give you some idea of how much time might have passed. Like, it's not going to be exact.
Okay, for comedy, I will open up my journal
I'd
and
also
start
call
looking
it
at shit
rebellion.
because
Do you remember
I was
what
stoned
time?
and don't remember. Fuck, dude, I was stoned and don't remember. This is
He
a
said
game. Fuck, I
said
don't
the
remember.
sundering was 470 years ago, and over the past 180 to 200 years has mostly been peaceful regarding the
System
demons.
check. Help me.
So
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't add a note.
The Devil's Maw opened 478 years ago.
What year was that?
Yeah, the world itself was a little bit older than that, making the year, which, by the way, we'll have to go back and double check that I'm right about because I also didn't write it down.
God damn it, I even rolled poorly, so I can't access the system.
But if I recall, the year is 16 something.
I tell him what year it is to my knowledge. We were summoned here. We were sent out into the woods to find out what happened.
yeah, we got our invitation. Unfortunately, long ago. It's hard to explain it, but
we were hit by a truck in another world and then magically transported here, and now we're just as fucked as you, Spirit Boy.
This guy's funny. Don't listen to him.
I'm funny.
He's the comedian of the group.
I'm a rabbit.
Yeah, exactly. He's the comedian of the group. So, what happened is we got the invitation. Some things happened along the way. Some aeons passed, but we're here now. Unfortunately, it looks like the place ain't what it used to be, and neither is the service. Your friend there in the other room tried to tear our faces off.
That's not Felian. That's not his friend. That's him. He said this.
Well, the thing that was you, I should say.
Clearly, you were separate from us. I mean, it couldn't have been you. You were busy. You were busy studying.
Right. He says, "Yeah," and he points to it with a "this thing's fucked" kind of look, a gesture, and he's like, "Yeah, of course it fucking attacked you. It didn't have a fucking brain."
No, that was you, man. You were busy.
No, I'm fucking. And he points down at himself. I'm a fucking ghost. God damn it!
Right, all of this.
I'm actually really fascinated as to what you were working on.
We're just as surprised as you as all of this, by the way. Like, we had no idea of what we were coming into, and
bro, I'm a rabbit.
You haven't been too distracted, so maybe you kind of didn't realize what's been going on.
Were you keyist?
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Was there some orange spores that were all consuming outside when you were doing the last thing you were doing in the other room? Do you remember?
Orange. As you say that, he kind of like looks out the window and he sees, that it's basically eternal autumn out there. And he says, "What the fuck is that?"
Well, it happened.
I don't know. I was blaming you on it.
We think it might be related to some
with your mushroom
demons and some maw opening, and
well, that's what I used to think.
Hundreds of years past your time.
But with your mushroom porn, you're prime suspect. I'm yelling outside the window.
He's one of our other comedians.
You guys said specters were scary, man. I thought we were gonna run.
Literally threw himself out the window.
Oh yeah. Angry
After
specters,
tripping
but I think our friend here is a little more polite than that, and we should treat him with more respect than to escape and yell
like,
through the
get
window.
her. That's your plan.
Get her, Ray. I said just like the librarian.
You
I
know,
said
when someone asks you if you're never mind. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Okay, so this is the year we're in. Whatever you said. You said you were 402, so that's 1,200 years have passed.
Fuck.
man, you are a foul-mouthed scientist. just gonna put that out there.
No, I think
He's a cook like me. It's fine.
In
We
these
cuss a lot in the
circumstances,
kitchen.
it's
I cuss a lot too. I'm up to when I'm not being a paladin.
So, first off,
So who gave you the invite?
okay, bring you up to speed.
I got it at a party.
Also,
I actually really
what
don't
can I
remember.
actually call you besides "Hey you"? Because that's really rude.
Dr. Ghostly.
I can't really tell who you are because you don't really have a face.
Right. He points back to the body. He says, "Well, back when I was in that, people used to call me Egg.
Ache?
Egg and Solendary. If you really want to know.
Ache what or what?
Yeah, you can call me Egg.
Cool.
Okay, Egg. God. Goddess bless. How am I going to work through this?
Ache or death.
We
Hey.
showed up to here. We found the key to the door, like we were supposed to. We came in. Your habeas corpus, assaulted us. It felt like watching it through the window, it was doing a set pattern. Like it was going between these three tables, like it was trying to. To me, it looked like it was trying to craft a brew of sorts.
Well, obviously, and I point at the floor,
would-
and I go, look, you went from here to here to here. I saw this. Like there was a path. Just you were doing this
Yeah,
one
he
thing
sort of-
over and over and over.
He sort of nods and he says, "That makes sense. The last thing I remember, I was in the middle of an experiment. I was
What
trying.
was the goal?
And he sort of blushes. He says, "So, you don't know what we do here, clearly. Looking around, you would probably think great and terrible magics that could do things like," but he points out the window. That,
Not
but that's not
necessarily. I was
what I was employed
Wait,
to do.
did you just call me a
Employed.
monster?
Whoa, employed. Whoa,
No,
whoa, employed.
he was referring to the orange skunk behind you, YOLO.
Yo. Ache over here was employed by someone. Yeah, who's your employer, Ache?
Well, the master of the tower, the Amber Wizard.
Whoa, the Amber Wizard.
I'm going to okay. Ig,
Someone make a note
I
of
need you
this
to take a
because
good, deep, hard breath.
hold up, because it's about to be toast time.
exactly that.
Yeah, okay. We'll do this after toast because I'm going to give him a shock of his afterlife.
While I'm hanging off the edge of the window looking out, is this like tower? Could I like if I made some good rolls, Assassin's Creed it? Are there windows?
There's really nothing left beyond the first floor.
Yeah. There's no way there could be another space hidden and or You did say it was hollow too. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's hollow. All right, everyone. Guess what time it is?
Time for truffles.
It's that time?
Whoop, whoop.
I ain't got no truffles, but I got a link, and if you see that link, you should follow it, and then you should click all the
I
buttons
kind of, by the
that
way.
allow you to be a follow sort. Hey, did you hear that? Hear the
Hey,
hi,
Cat,
Cato?
how you all doing?
See, people are greeting you, Cato Fox.
Hello.
So, there's a link there in the chat channel, and this is the time that we spend once a week to honor those that have gone to that link and have
honored.
indeed have invested of their own hard-earned, so that folks like myself and Verde and Snipe Hunter can all continue to create art of various sorts and pursue the fulfillment of various IP and shit like that. And so what we like to do is take this moment once a week to find those folks and go, yo, this drink here, this is a shot for you. We honor you and thank you very much. You are actual patrons of the arts. That's a rare title that you get to claim and actually have some backup. You are patrons of the arts and you should feel chuffed. So thank you.
From the
From the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Florian, good health.
I love the solo cup.
Wait, the solo cup shot glass? It's a fun one.
Yeah. I kind of want to get a scale ping pong ball so you could play,
That would be cute.
quarters. Beer pong.
I agree.
You know, Spectre, Ack, was it? It's actually kind of hard to hear
Ache.
through this. Ache.
Yeah, egg. Egg.
Your mushroom porn over there on the southern desk, and the amber color of this spore-based plague that has hit this peninsula, and you mentioning this amber wizard here has really made me paranoid about this whole place.
YOLO, you cannot fault a man for what his master did that he was not aware of. He is a mixer, very obviously, because he was crafting potions in this room. Okay, I need you to take a deep breath. I know you're a ghost, but I need you to work on your calm.
I'm not a ghost. I got a body.
This
Not
is
you.
the only floor
He's
of the
talking about the
tower
other
that
guy.
still exists.
Oh, I was gonna put it nicer than that, but yeah, the rest of the tower doesn't appear to be here anymore.
Well, he says slowly, that's a bitch.
What was
You
it?
also
Did
said
he
you
say what he
didn't-
was doing? I look around.
You also said that you didn't see any servants. Like, are you saying this whole place is a ruin now?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The
So-
servants reduced to undead for any that even survived.
I mean, there were some skeletons down in the town and shit. Like we smashed those, yeah, pretty hard. But
Those were most likely the servants he was referring to. The other ones found here, like him,
Let me
the
ask
Emperor
you:
Wizard.
Are you familiar with
right. Oh right.
Are you familiar with a dryad that's just on the other side of a kind of nearby tunnel? It's or a lake nearby, triangularly shaped. Are you aware of a dryad at that location?
Lake. You mean the fountain? There's no dryad there.
There is now, and it's now considered a lake, not a fountain.
Well, there was now. I mean, there isn't exactly.
Yeah, there used to be. She unfortunately became
Was
corrupted, and we tried to save her, but she asked for the mercy of flames to destroy her and her tree.
We put her down like a dog.
And now her holy wood fights back the mushroom menace that your amber master dickhead
I
dropped
don't know
into
if
her.
he is the one, but
I said probably.
Yeah, he looks Right, he says, I understand.
Probably.
I understand why you would blame us for that if
I mean,
that's
there's
a
a lot of
fungus.
evidence.
Well, I mean amber and it's orange. So I mean, there's that. There's
But
that
understand,
parallel.
there's no. I mean, it's just not possible.
There is a supersized mushroom.
World. My
YOLO
master
over there
world
said that
famous.
the slime on the floor in here tastes like mushrooms. He said it had
For
I
umami.
said it tastes like lime.
All right, shush
That's
everybody.
it.
He said it
Let
said
the
like
Spectre
lime and
talk.
umami.
Shush everybody and let the Spectre talk.
He says, what we do here isn't that kind of magic, but the Amber Wizard was world famous. In fact, he had that stupid name. Anyway, he was world famous for mastering a particular kind of magic, the magic of flavor. He called it gastromancy. And kind of like he doesn't have eyes in his socket to roll, but you can
I
kind of
just
tell
look
from
over
the
at
way that
Watts.
he
I just
moves
look
his
over at
skull,
Watts and my mouth opens. Ah.
he rolls his eyes, you know.
I am
And he says, these aren't even really potions. They're more like Eddie. He throws his hands up in disgust and says, sauce. They're like
Watts
fucking
is
sauce.
fucking hot sauce. It's hot sauce, Watts.
I went to the Imperial Academy and I'm making fucking sauce, and I died doing it. I'm a goddamn ghost. I'm a fucking saucier ghost.
He said saucier. I'm laughing.
Hey, if it means anything to you, the lime stuff was really good. I mean, I that's some good lime.
He stops when he says it and goes, "We don't have any lime here. Not an ingredient we fuck."
Hey, you know what? The secret is you ferment the chilies before you make the sauce. That's all I'm saying. That's the
most
secret.
likely the mixture of what was in these three things mixing together made a lime flavor.
Yeah, it's probably the horse urine.
Well, he says, "Well, I was actually trying to distill a particular essence. Huh. I never would have thought it would have made a citrus flavor. You know, my master probably would have been really happy with that result."
Essence de mushroom evil.
Well,
okay.
You know what? The fact that you know your way around a sauce, it's pretty amazing.
Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, I don't know what the future holds for you here, but like I'm a chef, and so is the our fellow Watson here. I'm actually a kind of interesting sort of chef.
Can we bind this spirit to a pot
and morsels and things specifically for animals? And back when I had the access to certain rare essence, I could actually turn into those animal forms and taste them. I'll be able to do that on my own here pretty soon. The druidic ways and such.
You could find peace and become an adventurer, saucier ghost.
I think it's hilarious that Phelan's like, I make dog food, and then I turn myself into a dog to make sure the dog food tastes good to dogs.
Well, I mean, you got to know your audience, right?
I mean, the real trick is when I'm making a meal for multiple different types of creatures and species that is appealing to all of them. That
just means that the kitchen becomes a sketchy place where you turn into 5 different animals in a period of 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah. So he paces back and forth as you say this. And finally, he sort of sighs to himself and he says, "No, I need to get past this. I don't want to spend the rest of my young life here just because I took a job to make some goddamn sauce."
I wonder. Can we bind the specter to a book or a amulet, or But I think a book would be better. But maybe a cooking implement would be better. Even that such because if we bound him to a wooden spoon, he could taste what you're making.
I'm not going to do that to him.
He wants it. He wants to be taken away from this place. He's anchored here.
I can
Um,
also relate too. I
Said
mean, I'm
anything like
also
that at all.
dead.
So
No,
can you
he
make
didn't.
him like a Tom Riddle,
No. Dude.
cookbook?
Dude, stop. I got a solution to this. Just relax.
Well, I'm just saying, Tom Riddle cookbook's
Okay.
pretty good, but Tasting Spoon
No.
is even better.
Okay. Step 1. We'd like to ask some questions to you about what was going on here as well, because there's a trans-dimensional portal that way. If all he did was
Oh,
the cooking thing, you don't need that for that.
well, I mean, you would think that, but okay, I'll
Off-dimensional
let you know.
flavors?
Most of our ingredients don't come from here.
Oh, so you make
Oh.
food from other planes.
Well, I mean, it's the easiest way to get noticed, right? Flavors no one's ever tasted before.
Oh, wonderful.
Is
You-
it possible then that he brought something that
You know,
sporified
Was an alien?
things, or perhaps
Right.
turned everyone undead?
I mean, I suppose technically, but the demons we bought the circle from didn't say that it would go dangerous places.
so what?
In fact,
Did
you
you
say
read the fine
demons?
print of the contract?
explicitly to take us only to safe places.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yes, but safe
Indeed.
relative to who and what?
Gordon Ramshorns
Uh,
said that, of course, this will be the safest recipe book ever. Also, while boiling your carrots and celery into your base stock, you should say Anal Nathrach, Uthvas, etc.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Anyways, okay. Demons, great. Do you remember what plane you were
God
in?
damn it, I can't speak that, YOLO.
I make sauce, man.
Okay, I didn't know if they let you in on that level of stuff. I was just wondering, man, because well, people in kitchens talk.
How do you do the
Yeah,
language
so-
thing?
My boss, and he looks out the window at Yolo and he says, "Yeah, that was his mushroom porn." My boss was,
Eh,
kind of weird, but he was smart, and yeah.
The
I
mushrooms
mean,
tasted good.
he
Like,
made all those kinds of deals, you know.
okay, so great. So you said there was a fountain, right? Over that was
Yeah,
we're
so-
calling now a lake.
Right, over in the corner of the estate. It was like the centerpiece of the garden that was over there.
Okay. That means there's possibly a pumping device. That means we need to go back down in the tunnels, explore more. Okay. You said you wanted to pass on, right?
I certainly don't want to be stuck here making sauce. And
yeah,
no,
he was saying he didn't want to make phantom
did-
sauce.
yeah,
but
guys,
now that
guys.
joining your circus.
everything's broken.
Shush. Let me focus for a second. Okay, bro. I don't want to do you dirty. You obviously do not want to continue cooking. I can understand that. You've done it for too long. You want to go do something else. You don't want to be bound here. I happen to be a cleric of cooking. Don't ask. It's good eats. But what I can do is a ceremony of passing. I can guide you to the other side with some small good food. Can I do that for you?
He thinks about it for a second, kind of takes a deep breath, and he says, "Yeah, all right. Let's give that a shot."
Okay. Let me get my book out. I'm normally cooking things and doing like water blessings and coming of age ceremonies. Got to double check my notes over funeral rites. 1 second.
His skull
Okay.
is shattered, yo.
His skull is shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I need to roll to make this happen?
The spell is called ceremony, right?
Right?
You need like
Do
gold.
you have ceremony? You do, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I mean, that makes sense for cooking though.
I mainly took it
Right.
because of blessing of water and a.
Yeah, you don't have the powdered silver, but you do have enough holy water that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right, because I think you have to make
Silver.
Yeah, you have to use holy. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
you
thing.
basically you use the silver to make holy water, which you then use
Used
in
to make the
So-
ceremony. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So holy water. Okay, let's brew this guy into heaven. Also, this is going to smell
Does he-
divine.
Does he have any idea on anything else here in this peninsula that's mushroom related?
Yeah, like while I'm checking my holy book.
Did your Amber bro have his fingers in anything else?
Ike thinks about it for a second and he says, "No, I mean everything that we did was limited to the estate, and all of the actual cooking happened here. He did have a cultivation cave. You just follow the trail north, where he would grow some of the ingredients that we had harvested. Beyond that, there's
we
the
are going
restaurant
there.
that grows. There's the garden by the fountain. The rest of it was really just sort of wooded land. He had plans to expand. Like we were going to set up this thing where you would like come visit for a week, and we would teach you how to cook really good stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Never really came to fruition. In fact, when I first saw you, I thought you would have been our first. I don't know. I was confused.
It would have been really cool. No, actually, I bet like
Yeah, that sounds great.
Like
come
that
here
idea.
on better circumstances.
There was this time I used to work for Ramada. Never mind, you wouldn't get it.
I don't know who that is.
But I know it was a wizard of travel.
They specialized
I see.
in housing, and they employed chefs that could fix foods from all over the world as well as some dimensions. It was rather
Indeed.
impressive.
As
Can
Watson says.
Can you tell us more about the process of getting the ingredients through that portal? Did someone like go in and go through, or do you open it and just appears on the table? How did that work?
Likewise, in addition to that knowledge, if there were any like quarantine or protocols, if anything weird happened, like a giant spore or mushroom mat that could infect a peninsula.
No, it was. I mean, again, it was also
Told to you by
totally very safe. There was a manual on the table in the other room. In fact,
sweet.
tell you all about how it was supposed to work. But I never really used it. My job, like I said, was making sauce. So I was basically like points around the room. I was basically here all the time.
But did you ever see it getting used?
Yeah, the master would use it. He would stand on it. He would do a thing, and he would recite this big, long incantation, something of the earth, great spirits of the. I don't remember the whole thing. It was really fucking long. Anyway, he'd speak the words. He did a thing with his hands, and then he would disappear, and he'd come back a few hours later with a basket full of stuff to try to make him food out of.
Did he ever call you a stupid cow?
Interesting.
Verde, you could probably call them trans-dimensional portal manual,
Cool, thank you.
given that that's what he just said it was.
You stupid cow.
And did you say the contract also possibly was there for the demons? Or was it
I
just
never
manual?
saw. Yeah, I never saw any of that. I don't
Okay.
know where the master kept that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Like, I really want to know.
No, yeah, no, there's some things you don't want to meddle with. I can appreciate. Oh, what was in the room to the west of where we found you?
Oh, the library. Mostly cookbooks.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I will
perfect.
definitely be checking that out here in a minute. Okay.
Was there
Well-
anything up above? Did the master have any equipment that would cause 3 floors to get blown into oblivion?
Teleportation magic.
No, that's not
Something
I know of.
So,
He
Yeah,
did
I'm
have
curious about that.
a stove. Like he had his own little private kitchen up there.
Huh.
I imagine you'd blow up a whole tower with it, though.
well, I guess
I mean,
here's
the thing was
another
5 stories
question.
tall.
This floor seems to be pretty well intact, perhaps magically intact. Was the entire tower magically enchanted to remain intact and solid, or is this floor specifically designed for it? Are you aware of that in any way?
Yeah, that makes sense. So my boss said that he had put certain protections in place so that I never had to worry about on the job accidents.
Yeah, blowing up
maybe-
the place.
Yeah, maybe what he meant was that the kitchens were, protected somehow.
Yeah,
I
the
never asked him to be.
The teleportation circle is destroyed for sure.
Well, most likely it got rocked too hard when everything else went to hell.
Yeah, when that chandelier fell on top of it.
Yeah, I think I agree.
To the north, you said. Here, we've got an atlas. Maybe you can help kind of pinpoint the location for us.
Oh, that cultivation cave.
Yeah.
Because paths are
Oh,
really
yeah.
hidden because of all the orange gunk.
Right. No, yeah, actually, I've only been there a couple of times myself, but I know that if you follow the path north, yeah, let me see your map because it's not that far.
Alright. Whoever shows the map.
Yeah, I think Watts has the atlas.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I assume that's Watts. He's
Real quick.
doing the parlay.
Yeah, you show him the map, and he's like, "Oh, okay, this is a little different than I remember it." Okay, I guess I'm just gonna focus on what I'm looking at right here. If that's the fountain, and he points at the sort of like triangular area on the map, he says, "Well, then the cave's probably like 4 miles, 5 miles northwest of that." And he marks a point on the map that is basically that big fucking pustule looking thing that you saw.
Ah. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Well, I suppose we kind of know the place then. We saw it and it seemed particularly dangerous, so we didn't quite go into it. But if that's the place,
Yeah, it was a fucking
that's
death
most
trap.
likely where the source of the this orange infection across the area is. Now, we had been told by the Dryad this stuff eats people from the inside. Like, it sounds like maybe both physically and
Spiritually.
And so that's why I'm wondering is if somehow some early version of the spores got into everyone who lived here and turned them into the undead, and it was something she said was kind of gradual, and maybe that you wouldn't even notice that it happened. And so I could understand how, if that was the case,
It's not your fault that you unleashed the zombie apocalypse.
well,
but...
it's not his fault. It's the amber jerk off.
Whoa.
May he be dead or whatever, because we're cleaning up his mess.
There's probably a scroll about that in the off.
Do you guys have a
right.
problem about the Great Carcosa? Is this Amber guy somebody I should be worried about?
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a play. In fact, the script's right here. If you
What?
Right?
Okay, if there's nothing else that we want
no,
to ask Mr.
yeah,
Man about,
hold on just a second. He contemplates the question, and he says, "Well, we were cooking with new ingredients." He sort of points to the table, and he says, "In fact, trying to get the essence of the mushroom that we were working with was really difficult. Man, I had like 4 different processes to try distill out the flavor component specifically.
Oh, it smells wonderful.
Umami mommy.
He sort of like emphatically nods his head when you say that. He's like, I thought we were really onto something. In fact, I thought I had the whole process nailed too. And he looks around the room and he goes, but I guess not. Kind of a pity too. I guess we never did get to settle that loan.
A loan?
Loan? Question mark?
Right? Who'd you borrow money from?
Demons.
Probably.
Devils.
Well, I didn't borrow money from anyone, but the master was pretty intense about this loan that he had taken on. I told you we were trying to expand our endeavor here. Selling books and stories and recipes only takes you so far. So he thought, the future.
What about the Lord of the Pit? The Lord of the Pit probably has quite deep pockets.
I mean, I don't know this Lord of the Pit, but I mean, all lords have deep pockets, right?
You're not wrong.
Usually.
Yeah, I don't know who he took his loan from, but he was really keen on us realizing that that's the plan as fast as possible.
Feeling the urgency, I think, is what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Bro.
What just
Yeah,
happened?
right?
That's exactly what I say to him through the window.
That's hella sus, bro.
Snipe, are you back, Snipe?
Yeah, did I leave?
No,
Was it me then?
I left and came back because Snipes
Okay.
went a little correctly the whole time.
Got it.
But it's not Discord on this connection being funny, so I don't know what it is.
Nope, it's just him.
But it's fine.
It's you. It's the fact that you live in Firestone.
Sounds more like a ghost anyway. So with your methods and stuff, could you think of a recipe for something that would help make people resistant or temporarily immune to spores and fungus? Because that would come really, really handy right now.
I was gonna say, look at you
Get
with
rid
your
of it.
functional questions. Yeah, is
Oh,
there a
that's
way that we can spray to get rid of it or something?
He thinks about it for a second and he says, well, okay, I guess I get one last chance to actually do my real job. Cool.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. This entire room over there is free of the fungus. Do you want a
Telling
sample of it?
We should bind him to a book so we can Joe Riddle this shit or whatever that
I
guy's name
don't
is.
think
Mike
we have to
Riddle,
bind
whatever.
No.
anything to anyone. I'm pretty sure a
Yeah.
sniper can just leave. He just didn't know what was going on and was just kind of stuck reading that thing in a loop for the past.
All right, so now we give him some blank paper and some pen and ink. Go, Ghost, go.
Nah, and he thinks about it for a second and he says, yeah, okay. If you can get the right ingredients, what you probably want are local lichens. He looks out the window and he says, that might actually be hard to get.
Yeah.
I used to play bass for the local lichens.
Okay.
How?
What else would repel fungus? Rye. If you could harvest some rye, you can potentially distill. Yeah, okay, sure. You guys can get access to some liquor, I assume?
Easy enough.
Yeah,
I can brew it if nothing
This is
else.
all right.
I like
All right, you want to get yourself some liquor and you want to get yourself some rye. You want to mash the rye. You want to put it in the liquor. You want to create a decoction of rye. Then you want to distill that out so you're left with an essence. That essence should be fungicidal. I don't know that will keep the fungus away, but it should certainly prevent it from thriving. And the toxins in rye are generally safe for people.
I mean, I read this in the Anarchist Cookbook, and I'm pretty sure what he's describing is LSD. Like,
let me
That's
ask,
probably
How much would we need, and is it the sort of thing that we would ingest or rub on ourselves, or what would be the effect for us to be able to use it protectively?
Yeah, you'd want to drink that, and it would be in your system probably for a good like 12 hours.
I'm telling you, it's acid.
Yeah, I don't think it's acidic. I've never.
No, that's a street name. Never mind, man. Don't worry about it.
Well,
You guys, it's LSD.
How much rye would be needed for this? Are we talking pounds or just a small handful? Because I might have a small handful on my cooking ingredient.
Shouldn't take much.
You probably want about a. Well, let's see. Yeah, just the four of you. He sort of looks around and he says, maybe a quarter pound.
No, this entire peninsula.
No,
that's
just the
fine.
four of us. It's going to be pretty hard to come across rye unless that's something they grow in the town there, and it doesn't sound like it is.
Yeah, you don't recall. I mean, you don't recall seeing them growing anything like rye. Like there was maybe some wheat. I guess that's kind of like rye.
Jory chuckles and says, "Did you see the size of that chicken?"
you're clicking mad, sir.
Well, I guess I might have the rye because, goes into some food for some animals. We would still need the booze, though.
Rye is like not super common, but it's common enough that you would probably have some.
Would we have like cooking spirits on hand?
Between you and Watts, you probably have, let's call it 60 ounces of cooking sherry or something similar.
Okay. So tell me more about the mash. Is it like a warm mash that we want to get sour?
Nah, you don't need to let it ferment. Well, actually, that might be better. In that it will be easier to get what you want out of it if you do. But that said, you could probably just take a mortar and pestle to the rye, so you make like so you mash it down into like a paste. Because really, what you're talking about is releasing the oils from the seed husk.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I see okay. I was thinking more like, milling grain and doing like a sour mash for like in the place where we come from, it'd be like a German beer, but you don't have a Germany here, so that wouldn't make sense.
Oh, you were thinking more like a lager
Now,
then.
Right, fermentation's not. I get what you're saying. Now, fermentation's not necessary.
Okay.
Again, though, there may be some value in doing so if you're looking for ultimate effectiveness.
Well,
like what type of effectiveness difference would it be? Are we talking like
you might get a 5 to 10% increase in concentration?
That's helpful. That sounds like the sort of thing that we could do over a long rest. Get it mashed up and then kind of at the nice heat when it's in, what's normally the temperature danger zone for safe foods where you wouldn't want a sandwich to sit at that temperature.
140 plus?
Yeah, exactly.
How long would it need to...
It gets pretty funky pretty quickly.
But generally, like, how quickly will it sour?
I think it'll get as sour as we would want it in the span of a long rest.
Yeah, I mean, at the scale you guys are talking about, probably. So, like, if you were trying to make gallons of what he's talking about, it might take a day or two to ferment out. But like at a quarter pound scale, like it's not going to take long. There's just not a lot of material.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that might be something we can do later.
I think. Here's the thing: if we're going to be braving that cave, we should probably come in as prepared as possible. This is probably the safest place for us to rest, and Ick, your company and your guidance with the process, always appreciated.
Is there a way we can sweep up some segment of the floor where it's nice and clean, where we can rest and not be like lying in the muck?
Most likely, the library will be
the other room, right? Yeah. Or the room with the magic.
All right. Cool.
I mean, there's probably a space you can find. I guess is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
would you want to go through the process of us making the mash and work with this, or would you rather go to rest?
Now, what the hell? He says, let's do this one more time. And as he said that, he turns and he looks at the table and he goes, well.
Right,
turns
we're gonna
back.
have to.
We've got equipment. Don't worry.
We're gonna have
Okay,
to clean this entire lab up if we're gonna do this.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
here, I'll help
Well,
you guys out.
If you guys have equipment, we don't have to use this space.
yeah. We
Well,
could use
I was gonna
different
say, is
space.
there a sink? Because I mean, you don't even have a drain for this place.
Mending
He
and
walks back
cleaning
into
is
the
the
other
thing.
room and he says, well, there used to be a pretty extensive plumbing system, but none of it was on the first floor.
Yeah, I could understand that. Also, where the fountain is now is a source of water from which no mortal should attempt to drink.
It
It
has
basically puts out
Scooby
swamp
in it.
gas, and there was a
Yeah,
giant
it's
Scooby
nasty.
on top.
It's nasty.
If you don't know what that slang is, it was a giant mother cell for the mushrooms.
Oh, did you call it a SCOBY?
Yes.
Like a mycelial mat?
Yeah,
Ew.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
basically.
what it was.
Well, I mean, actually, it's a symbiotic colony of bacteria
It's a
and yeast.
cilia mat. It's basically.
That sounds
Oh.
horrifying.
Something else that might be helpful. This wood we got, when we as the druid requested, burned her in the tree, we found that the wood from her tree was creating sort of a repulsion effect against the spores. Can you think of any way that would be useful, using the bark or using the inside or an ash extract or something that would help with this? Or
Yeah, that's more effective than us
Right.
burning the branches.
Wow. Yeah, you can definitely extract the oils and essences of wood in a bunch of different ways. In fact, we made a kind of liquor actually out of a local wood. It's
Yes.
not very good. I wouldn't recommend it.
yeah,
Any
not
liquor
for
to
drinking.
Get me
This is
drunker quicker.
the intent of this
Yep.
would be to use against the infectious material, the spores.
I've been
Right.
experimenting, my friend. I'm dead. You see.
What you would get out of that would be a liquid. So you could maybe pour it on things.
Oh, like a
I
rubbing oil.
guess. Right. If what's going on is what I expect, then there's probably some sort of necrotic anti-life material in the resin of that wood that would be given off by the
Okay.
smoke. That makes sense.
Well, we
God damn it,
collected
terrible.
quite a few branches, so maybe just as much as setting it all up down there and getting it smoking and
Well, hold
pouring
up.
holy water and whatever else.
Maybe like you could do like a decantation, like a tea, so to speak. Like you make a tea of it and then distill that.
Exactly. That
could-
sounds
that
great.
could be.
I
See what
wonder
I'm
if I
saying?
ingest enough of that, if I'll become immune to this kind of
No,
stuff.
not for drinking. No. For spraying.
No. I understand what you're saying, but think of me as a bag.
Sure. Right. No, I understand. You can permeate yourself with that anti-undead shit, but
Exactly.
I don't even know what that.
I am your living.
I don't even know what that
sponge.
would do to you. I don't even know what that
It
would
is
do
a
to you. I was
coffee.
thinking we could have a
Probably-
fogger. We could have
probably
a
if I get
fogger
enough-
that could like blow away the bad guys. You know.
If I get enough of it in me, I could probably be the fogger, and I might actually get drunk again.
Wow.
You freaking fogger.
Yeah, just let it match.
Right? Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
exactly.
That
Right.
would be the issue if you had too much essence.
Whoosh.
You might be flammable more
Woof.
than you already are.
I think if that's something we're gonna do. That would be something, again, with the long rest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, would we be handling the level up, or does that not happen till we get back home?
Well, if you guys are going to take a long rest here, then I can award your accrued XP now.
Yeah. Does that sound good, guys?
It
With
does
my
not
intention
in this
to
room, though, right? We're going to be over in the other room.
Yeah, we'll be in the other room.
Any room in here we want.
I'm just saying, I'm
Right.
pretty sure the library,
long
or
rest
especially the library over here that has a bed. Like, I want to go crash on the. If we're going to go crash and we're safe, and this ghost is going to be cool and warden us, I'm going to sleep on that bed.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm most likely not going to be resting much. I'm going to be brewing and going through the library and reading books and stuff and things.
No, I'm literally going, fuck it, I'm going to go crash.
Yeah, I would definitely be helping with preps and processes and talking about methods and how we can improvise with the tools and equipment we have to do the sort of stuff we need.
Exactly. I'd be trying to help, but mostly asking distracting, tangential questions and getting in the way.
Rabbit in the
I
bed,
believe
getting the
it.
long rest.
Watts, the library is like super fucked. It looks like a tornado moved through here. A lot of the books are. I mean, technically, I suppose if you were to go collect every piece of paper so you could figure out which pages belong to which books, you could maybe restore them, but most of them are destroyed. There are a few intact scrolls and a few intact books. And over the course of examining them, you come to realize that what this Amber Wizard was on about was that there is a sort of magical component in yumminess that is almost like psychic in nature, which is to say that when people
It's
enjoy
sex magic only
foods,
for food.
right, when people enjoy food, they interact directly with the weave of magic that flows through the various dimensions in an interesting and synergistic way that can be leveraged if you know it exists and you understand the principles behind the dynamics, some of which are described in the surviving material. Like with enough effort and thought, you could probably put to practice some of the theories that you're exposed to in what remains of this library.
I will definitely be spending what time while I'm waiting for things to do the mash thing. I would expend my magical energies and whatnot into acquiring all I would need from all of this to actually possibly bring this into the faith.
I actually wonder, Watson, if perhaps there's a way now to ferment my body and bring me to a higher form.
That's
Possible. Let me go through here and do some research so I can answer that question.
Exactly.
I would like to look at this bookshelf here and see if there's something I would feel like was good for me to pull down and read while I was getting ready for bed.
There is nothing left. I have to mend it all.
Yeah.
You already looked at all those? Okay.
Right, and what got mended was in a language none of you read.
Yep. All right. Never mind. I'm crashing out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through all of this.
Are there curtains I can pull on this window? Because I will if I can.
Not anymore now. You could probably use that to block the way.
Use the what?
The rug.
I'm not going to bother with that. That's not even a bed, so I'm going to crash on this chair here.
That chair is not there.
God damn it. Where can I find a comfy place to sleep?
The chair is in the item box, I think.
That's his resting chair.
Lol. But yeah, no.
Right, I'm going to keep moseying around.
Doing that. Is the Spectre going to be floating around? I might ask him a couple of questions to see if he knows anything along the way. Doing everything I can
he's
to
basically
really.
going to be running the brewing campaign, with you guys.
Yeah.
So he'll be up and about. Like he sleeps anyway, right?
No, he's
Nah,
like,
I'll make assumptions. He might.
First matter of business before we like wrap things up.
Yeah, now I'm
I'm gonna
irritated, so
award you
I'm going to
guys
sleep under
XPs.
this table.
Okay, that should give you some XPs, and I think that means you have all leveled.
No.
No, it says Paladin 1 under class and level.
I have 500.
No, it's not going to level
total.
automatic.
Yeah.
Remember about what?
Right. You remember that in D&D you can decide what class you level in. It can't do it automatically for you.
For mine, it shows that I have 200 XP of 300.
Watts, it shows me that you have 525 of 300. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Candy domain.
God damn it.
fuck.
How do I do, though? No, it says Paladin 1.
Yeah, hold on. Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Can I, because I know what I'm doing?
No, don't touch anything.
I won't touch anything. I'm sorry.
Also, this truffle candy bar, Verde,
Yeah.
it's fucking maddeningly delicious, and I don't eat on stream, and I keep wanting to nibble more and more, and I'm live on stream, and I'm like, I want to eat the candy bar, and then I'm like, no.
I thought you'd like it. I'm glad you do.
Okay,
It's
that should
super
be
yummy, man. It's fucking basically raw honey, raw cocoa, coconut, a little bit of lavender, and a little bit of rose petal, and it's like that's amazing if you're me.
okay. If you want to level up, you want to press
class and level.
the magnifying glass next to to open the class and level window. Exactly, Jory. Excuse me.
It's cool. Jordy's a cool guy, right?
Yeah, a little different than you though.
Butterfly in the sky.
There is a level up button there which I had never pressed before, but in theory
Wow.
that should do a thing for you.
It's big.
Okay, well you probably want to resize that window.
Yeah, sure enough.
Do I have to do something
But
special
Beast
for what I'm
Resurrect
wanting
is
to
in
do,
the
sir?
bottom corner. Yeah, you want to select multi-class in the level up window, and in theory, you should be able to select wizard.
Okay. I didn't know if I was going to need to do a special specialization.
Okay, holy
Yeah,
cow.
I say in theory because I set it all up, so it should work, but I didn't actually test to see if it did.
All right, so yeah, if you want a multi-class, you press select multi-class, which I don't. Instead, I'm going to hit this
Otherwise, you
button
just
here.
press the little up arrow next to your class
Bonk.
to increase the level.
Okay, then I
That's
should
what
be
happened.
able to.
And then there's a feat thing. No.
Do I?
Check your spells before you hit commit there.
Oh,
How many spells does it say you have? Nope, looks like you did not get any new spells, so you're good to go.
I went to the streaming thing, sir, because I'm doing the tool and I don't want to miss things again like I
the
did before.
tool.
Yeah, I understand.
Actually, it added divine smite. It added the fighting style and
Right.
spell casting. I bonused up.
Right, you'll need to pick your fighting style.
Where do I pick that?
You click the little dragon next to it and read it.
Bonk. At second level, you adopt a style of fighting as your specialty. Choose one of the following options. You can't take a fighting style option more than once, even if you later get to choose again.
Right, you can also only have one fighting style at a time. Paladins, you want like either interception if you have a shield, or one of those supporting style fighting things generally. I mean, that's your call, but generally those are the ones that are effective for a paladin.
It says you can have defense,
Uh,
dueling.
Lots. I'm mean.
Sorry, great
Was
weapon
that-
fighting,
Uh,
for protection.
You have picked. You have picked wizard. Now you need to pick. Looks like 5 new cantrips.
Okay, so I was thinking Mage Hand, Prestidigitation.
Oh wait, hold up. I read that wrong. It looks like you had 1 extra cantrip, so you want to remove one of those 2.
At
I would like to
Parquet?
take. I would like to take great weapon fighting, but I don't know how to select it.
How did I not get 2 cantrips from taking Wizard?
Well, it says you had 5 of 6 available. I'm just reading the screen.
Right.
5 of 6 available pertains to how many active level 1 spells he can have right now.
But that says literally cantrips available.
Huh.
That's weird. Because
Well, count up your cantrips.
Hey, wait a minute. When you added wizard, which one did you add?
just Wizard.
Right, you just clicked the wizard button on the multi-class,
Yes.
and it didn't give you a choice of wizards.
No. I don't get to do this School of Wizard at level 3. I mean, at level 2. I get to choose my specific school of wizardry.
Okay, so it doesn't actually matter yet.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay.
That's why I was.
Yeah. So at level 1, you should know 3 cantrips as a wizard.
Oh, I think part of what's throwing me for a kerfuzzle is
And-
my domain cantrips.
Yeah, those should not count.
Okay, so Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Wizard. What was the? I think it was Firebolt. Was the other one I was thinking about doing because, well, Firestarter.
Makes sense.
And then I get to choose level 1 wizard spells.
Yeah, 2 level 1 wizard spells.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that out of the book, right? Let me double check.
Hold on, let me go look it up.
Certainly Paladin 2, motherfuckers.
Level 1 wizard spells of your choice.
How many sorry you broke up?
6.
6? Okay.
Oh shit! I actually def got a level up because if you look now under my Paladin action effects, I have Divine Smite and shit. Oh, and fighting style is
Yeah.
down here, but it says I can't choose. Oh, is it? Do I choose with the magnifying glass?
No,
No.
like, when I say you have to choose, I mean you literally have to manually choose. There is no wizard to help you here.
Okay, so Unstrained
Well, I was
Servant.
gonna take Great Weapon Fighting, but I don't know how I can add that to Fighting Style because Fighting Style did get added, but Great Weapon Fighting is just under the dragon thing.
You've
What
got
does it say under grip?
protect poison and or detect poison and disease, right, Watts?
Or
Yeah.
you could just
Okay.
not read it. That's fine.
Wait, what?
I asked you a question. I said, what does it say under great weapon fight?
Oh, hold up. I'll show. Oh, I can only copy paste.
No, you could read it.
Oh, it says When you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. The weapon must have the 2-handed or versatile property for you to gain this benefit. But since I'm using the maul, which is a 2-handed weapon, that works.
Yeah. Okay. So go back to the to where your feats and stuff are. Skills, I think, is the page. Or not skills.
It's under actions.
It's not under actions.
Oh, that's where my
what
fight.
really
Yeah.
is. That's not what.
Okay.
You want fighting style under features in the abilities tab.
So, yep. Okay, how do I do this? Because when I select that with the dragon, it's the same list.
Right. So hit. So highlight the greater weapons fighting and copy it to your.
I can't actually copy and paste it.
Oh, really? Well, hold on. I'll do it for you then. Hold on.
Yeah, it makes me drag it around.
I'm sure it's because it's copywritten text, so only I'm allowed to work with it.
I see what you did there. If I'm going to be a paladin with a maul, well, here we go. Rabbit with a hammer, bitch. Step back.
Does that make you a mall cop?
Oh, I like it. Am I a mall
God.
cop? I'm not that kind of paladin, man.
No, I know. I wanted this. I wanted the joke.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you couldn't have made this character as a paladin in AD&D as I was taught. I think you would have had to make this a monk, a specialized monk. And then you would... Right. Well, yeah. And you would have had to hack the rules because a monk couldn't use a maul.
As a monk weapon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Right,
you would have to have hacked the rules, especially like I'm talking AD&D or Second E.
Right. Yeah, because they were limited to quarter staffs, bare hands, and punch weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Which themselves were only in the fucking blue AD&D book.
The edition.
The dude on the bluff in front of the castle. On the cover.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure, like, homebrewed monk would have been the only way to pull that off because the mechanics for paladin were very different back then.
Well, and we only chose paladin for this character because I was like, I want to be like this guy, and we were like, okay, those abilities and that demeanor is really more paladin than it is monk.
Right.
But only in the 5e sort of monk. Yeah, I see you built it.
Exactly. Yeah, you're set up now. So the trick with
that
one is it's not mechanically integrated. It's not going to do it automatically. But you have it to review and throw into the chat.
So I have to remember that when I'm rolling a damage die for an attack with my two-handed weapon, that I can re-roll it, but I have to use the new roll and hopefully it's better.
Right. Yep.
Cool. I'm in.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'm sleeping under the table over here.
I got four of my spells, and I'm looking at my last two. How's Find Familiar going to work with Gastromancy?
You gotta cook it.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna be a rat.
You gotta cook it.
No, it's not a rat. It's gonna be a baboon, so it can use spoons and stuff.
Dude, have you not seen fucking?
It has to be gingerbread.
It's gonna be a goddamn rat, man.
No, don't do the movie Ratatouille. It's gotta be you get a monkey.
You gotta cook it.
Yeah, monkey would be cool. I'm just saying, Ratatouille is so dope.
There's a couple different ideas, but I'm curious to see what the storyteller wishes to do.
Well, so what I was going to say is, you don't exactly get to choose your familiar when you cast Find Familiar.
Right. A familiar finds you.
Right. So
It's a
the
goldfish.
only way that you can really know is to cast the spell.
Okay. I just was wondering. I was trying to go for a gut reaction of, I feel like the spell will actually work, or it won't work with the School of
Oh yeah,
Thought.
fine.
I'm sure
Fine
it'll
familiar
work.
will definitely work with gastromancy. Though you would probably be hard pressed to predict the result offhand based on what you know.
Which is
Okay.
why you have to cook it.
It's your pal, the silverfish.
Ew.
Then I come down to my last conundrum. The spell
It's like
to
Joseph
take.
Hart.
You said there were six level ones I get to choose, right?
Yeah.
Remember, even if the spell is not up, you can cast a wizard ritual spell out of your book.
Right. Well, the choices I was looking at were Acid Stream and Ice Knife.
Right.
Those are both pretty good.
Yeah, they are. But those are both all right. Which is more useful? Like Ice Knife, I think Acid Stream is maybe more offensive in general.
Well, I
Knife,
They
should.
both have their
Nice
advantages.
is a pretty
I mean,
relative.
Ice Knife is offensive, but Ice Knife can be used for technical purposes, where I'm pretty sure Acid Stream is just for fucking things up.
I mean, Ice Knife would be hard to cast without like spell bending. It'd be hard to cast with precision.
That's true.
Ice Knife is a AoE spell.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just a paladin, man. I'm a paladin of peace.
So
man.
unless I have like good decks, etc., don't take Ice Knife.
No, actually, explicitly, you would have to have the feat that allows you to bend spells around targets to avoid hitting people that you didn't want to hit.
Well,
Right.
either
And that's
one, either
actually
one of
an
these.
evocation thing. It doesn't even apply to Ice Knife.
Yeah, good point.
And to be fair, both of those spells that I'm considering,
Ice
Yeah, there's
Knife,
nothing wrong with
Ice
an
Knife
AoE
was a
spell.
love
I'm just
song
saying
that my band D&D
in
Forever played.
precision, you know.
I honestly, I was kind of hoping
If
it
you were
was a
thinking about how
eliminate.
they applied, if you were thinking about how they applied to cooking, they would be very like blunt instruments, you know.
Yeah, I was actually hoping the Ice Knife I'd be able to make the knife in my hand, turn it ice, and just slice things.
Yeah, sadly, that's not how that one works.
Then really neither. Technically, Acid Stream, because I could use the acid to clean things. Technically,
Pacify hippies.
Yeah,
What's wrong with the
I mean, you know, salt, acid, fat, right? Like it's a cooking ingredient.
Oh, I love it. So, like, you could spray acid, but it's always just white vinegar or lemon.
Right.
Citric acid, yeah.
I like it. Even that's like enough. Like, you spray lemon juice in someone's eyes, they're gonna be like, "Oh, stop!"
You dick.
Right?
No, I'm not familiar with that spell.
oh, have all of the desserts assault your mind.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty
Wow, fermented tiramisu.
cool. 1d12 psychic damage too. Wow.
Tasha's uncontrollable tripping balls.
Basically, yeah. You unleash a tornado of conflicting desires in the mind of one creature you can see within range, impairing its ability to make decisions. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be incapacitated. At
It's
the
the
end of each of
magical.
its turns,
It's the
it
magical
takes
tyranny of choice.
at the
Right.
end of each of its turns, it takes 1d12 psychic damage, and it can then make another wisdom saving throw. On the success, the spell ends on the target. That's get in my
That's pretty-
spell book.
It's literally the magical tyranny of choice.
Bewildering choice. Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay, so there's spells.
But there's 36 flavors. What kind of ice cream do you want?
Yes. And then I click commit, right?
Yeah, looks like you're done. Well, bam. All right, guys. It is 2:00 in the fucking morning for me, so I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, sounds good.